Welcome back. This video is on how to break bad habits. So it's important to be kind to ourselves. Straight up, I just want to say, it's easy to think about, oh, I've got so many bad habits. We all have habits we could work on, and that's the exciting part of all of this. It's about personal growth. One of the values of yoga is, how can we be a bit better? And at the same time, understanding that it's good to just be content with where we're at, balancing those two things. So, remember we're perfect as we are, and we still have opportunity for growth. That's pretty exciting, I find. There's opportunity. And so, how do we break bad habits? The first point I'd like to make is that it's quite helpful to switch the word break for untangle. So let's think about how we can untangle our bad habits. Why is it better to use this word untangle than break? Because the word break kind of implies that if we put a whole lot of energy and concentration into one area, then we'll get rid of it. But the reality is that it doesn't really work like that with building good habits and breaking bad ones. So let's talk about untangling. Why is the word untangling more helpful? Because untangling implies that, it's a variety of different habits that have led, layers and layers of different types of habits that have led to us having this habit that we want to change. So it's not like a one and done thing to get, to break this habit or untangle this habit. Untangling implies that it's not a quick fix. And so what it also implies is that, like other habits, we can unravel them. So it can make us feel quite hopeful if you look at things in the past and how you've managed to unravel things over time. So just like a ball of string, if you think about a ball of string, we can think about untangling our bad habits in this way. So we want to start with the easiest part first, from the outside, where that loose piece of string is, not the tight tangled up part in the middle. So let's take an example, like if we have a habit of snacking on chocolate biscuits. So how can we start to untangle this? Well, we would look at the easiest part first. So the easiest way for me, if I was to stop snacking on chocolate biscuits, would be to not have them in the house, so that at my weakest point I'm not tempted to have them. That would make it pretty simple for me not to be tempted by those chocolate biscuits. So start with something that's going to be quite simple first. That's number one. Switch the word break for untangle. So our mindset towards our bad habits, or untangling these habits, these bad habits, can be really helpful. Number two, everyone finds it hard to begin with habits. So it's important to be kind to ourselves. If you're a bit of a perfectionist or a bit of a high achiever, and you feel like you have this big goal or even this little goal and you never seem to achieve it, well, maybe it's good to reframe that and realize that most people find it hard to change bad habits. And so taking on this mindset and knowing this, that everyone finds it hard, can sometimes make us feel just a little more at ease with all of this. So to give you an example, for me, I used to have a habit of like going to the gym and needing to do like an hour of high intensity exercise. So, and my habit was that I thought that I had to keep doing that to be a healthy and well person. And what I realized is that actually I could just change my mindset. And now, so over time, what I started doing was telling myself, just do half an hour, start with the most enjoyable part of your workout first, And when I was living in my van and traveling around New Zealand, it was a bit of a luxury to pay a few dollars and go to a gym and enjoy hanging off a bar for a few minutes. And so I reframed my thinking. So starting with the easiest part of the untangling for me was reframing my thinking and saying, just do half an hour. And so what I did also was like that part where you don't want to put on your gym tights and you just don't want to go. I was like, everyone finds this hard. Everyone. I'm not the only one. So I want to be that person. You know, my identity is that I want to be a healthy person. So even though it feels hard, I'm going to do it anyway. So knowing that everyone finds it hard can really help us break through that tricky part, that uncomfortable part. And then celebrating really helps once we, take on this mindset that we know, everyone finds it hard to change habits, bad habits. Really celebrate when you've done well can really help. And number 3, we can get good at being good and getting better with these little changes to get a little better. And you can think about, the idea of mini habits like we talked about in the previous video. You just make a small change. So maybe your mini habit is to just go for a walk once a day for 10 or 15 or 20 minutes. And so we can get better at getting motivated for going for walks. Because, we start to feel better, and the more we achieve that goal and we realize we can do it, then the more we get better at it. So this is where the science comes in. We can rewire our minds for well-being. So once we, at the start, it's really hard to find, to change into a new habit. But over time, we get better at it. And it gets easier, and that's how we start to make it more automatic. So we get better at doing these good things for ourselves. And just like redesigning a room, we can try it. We can, put the chair in one corner and move it around and try it again. And, we can get better at knowing that, it's not perfect this time, but if I try again over here and put it in this corner, it might look better. So just like redesigning a room, we can redesign our habits. So once we know we can just take baby steps and it doesn't have to be perfect straight away, this is a really good mindset for getting better at getting better. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on breaking bad habits. The 3 points are, it's helpful to switch the word break for untangle. Also, everyone finds it hard to begin with. This can be really helpful. And the last point is we can get good at getting better. So I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy cultivating some new mini habits. Namaste.